To paraphrase George Washington, government is not eloquence. It is raw, naked force. And like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. It is very, very dangerous to have a powerful centralized government. In every case in history, they become abusive and tyrannical and despotic, and horrible crimes are committed, and outrageous wars are launched because of sociopaths and psychopaths that get into the upper reaches of power, and then nobody's there to challenge them anymore. They're just surrounded by a bunch of yes men. And 99% of the time in history, tyrants get into power and freedom is enslaved. 99% of the time in history, governments are ruled by tyrants. Most people throughout history have lived under thuggery, lived under corruption, lived under abuse. Look at Mexico, look at North Korea, look at Russia, look at China, look at Fidel Castro's Cuba. It's always the same over and over again. I mean, look at Kim Jong-il. His father gave him power. Now the North Korean dictator is giving his son power. Pretty soon they'll be wearing crowns. In fact, the Japanese press is reporting they call his sons princes. That's what government is. You know, people ask how this happens. Why do so many people worship Queen Elizabeth II? She's the great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter of some thug who wears a gold crown on her head. Everybody bows down to her. It's pathetic. Why are people going along with the presidency being turned into a dictatorship? The office itself. You know, presidents come and go, but the office itself has been turned into a dictatorship. Because the world is complex and people don't respect themselves, and they don't teach history anymore in schools. They don't teach what liberty and freedom is, what the Bill of Rights and Constitution stand for. The people have never been taught. A lot of people ask, why is this happening? Why can the executive openly be telling Congress that it has no more authority? How can they openly be announcing legislation to build FEMA camps all over the United States? How can there be warrantless checkpoints being set up everywhere? How can the feds be announcing that they're going to set up TSA checkpoints on major highways and bus terminals and turn America into a giant airport where we're all being searched? How can this be happening? How can they be having warrantless wiretapping with no warrants? It happens because once you start violating the Bill of Rights in a little way and accept it, it's right off the edge of a cliff. As soon as you accept tyranny, as soon as you accept a little bit of tyranny, everything implodes overnight. And the people were kind of lulled into a false sense of security. And, oh, let them spy on me without warrants. And, oh, let them taser that guy, or let them imprison those folks. It's not happening to me. Now they're beginning to realize that when you have tyranny, you have looting and imploding economies. And that 99% of countries, even though they have a lot of resources and intelligent people, never become powerful and wealthy and successful because they are thuggish. They are corrupt. You know, Greece, before it became great, was very pious, very hardworking, very uplifted, very intelligent, into freedom. Then when they got power because of the liberty, where there is liberty, you're going to have where there is liberty, you're going to have amazing success. You're going to have incredible wealth. And then you're going to have decadence that sets in, and the people are going to forget what made them happy and healthy and free and successful. And then corruption's going to set in, and little by little it's going to take over, and then the society implodes into corruption like Mexico or North Korea, and then there has to be a revolution against that tyranny. But first there has to be that hardship so people recognize that bondage and slavery isn't a good thing, so they know that they're going to have to fight and stand up and speak out to have any chance at freedom. And so it's a process, and we're going into a very decadent part of the cycle right now. But the elites have said that they want to have a final revolution, that they know the public's going to revolt against them, so that's why they've scientifically set up the surveillance grid, the cashless society. This whole continuity of government system is designed to suppress and control the people of America. Northcom, the Pentagon, the military are all announcing their number one job now is fighting the American people. They're saying the number one terror threat is veterans and gun owners and conservatives and libertarians and Ron Paul supporters. And I've been sent secret Army documents, we call the phone numbers and they're accurate and real, where I'm being watched at In the Fed protest, where we peacefully go out and demonstrate. And now even the ACLU has written letters saying, why is the Pentagon watching U.S. citizens? Why are you listing any protest as an act of terrorism? The real terrorists are the people that have hijacked our nation that would dare say the First Amendment is terrorism.
This is a test of the emergency warning system. In the event of a real emergency, this system would be activated to provide you with the necessary